This is an exciting day. It's been coming along for a few years, certainly in the staff's minds and hearts, and it's been several months in the minds and hearts of the board in our efforts to continue to bloom and grow. When we stood out there over 11 years ago and we planted a tree, that's exactly what we said. You know, bloom where you're planted. And here we are looking to bloom more. This has been a thoughtful process. We've proven to ourselves that we do need this space for many reasons, for our daily functions, for our special events, for our rentals, just overall an addition that's going to make a significant difference on what we can do for the community. We couldn't have done it. We couldn't be where we are right now without our efforts of the board and the incredible design of Paul Hinkle, the familiar commitment of Rod and his crew, and Alexandra Champalimaude, and this wonderful building committee, Dean Birdsall, Rick Judd, Kathy O'Neillia, Tom McDermott, and Brian McCormick, who's not here right now, and several of the board members who are standing there. It's my privilege to introduce Tom so he can share a little bit more.
As is the norm, once Bert is done speaking, there's not much left to say. But I do want to re-emphasize the fact that this is a new space. It will be different than the space we have both in finish. It will be new in that we will have space to do things and have events and share with the community in a way we haven't been able to do before. I want to thank everyone who has stepped forward, and many of you are here today, in putting the seed money into this project. And we're trusting that each of you will go out into the community once this project gets underway, and that will be today, and be our ambassadors and help us in the community to raise the funding that we're going to need to complete this in a way that we will all be proud and which will be very useful to the community. And I thank you very much.
Go for it!
Everybody come over and sit right here.
All right. Yeah.
Here we go.
Where's that buckle?
There we go.
There you go.
Hey! I'd just like to echo what Tom said again for the tremendous support of the donors to date. This is first phase. It starts tomorrow. If you turn around, there's a big piece of digging machine back there. And the ground's going to be broken up. We're going to move the tree. This is one of my favorite trees on the whole property. It's going to be moved on the other side and preserved. And that's going to be our symbol, because come, springtime, it's going to start coming out with beautiful leaves and everything. And we're going to hopefully know by July 1 that we'll all be spending time in this space. So keep supporting us. Keep sharing the message that we want to make this happen. And We'll be back here just watching it week by week progressing.
I'd like to say that I was involved since the beginning with the very first building, and then we did the first addition to the building. So 11 years after the center has opened, it's really a pleasure to be back with the same cast of characters, really, to build another addition to the building. The building will look largely in keeping with the facility that's here. Paul has designed it to look harmonious.
As if it were always here.
Exactly, as if it were always here. The interior space will have a kitchen, a bathroom, a lot of storage area, and really a quite beautiful room that was designed by both Paul and Alexandra Champalimaude in keeping with the rest of the building. There's going to be very interesting woodwork on the inside, and I think it's going to be a relatively glamorous little space for people to use for private functions and also for events that the community center is
It's
going to take
also
on.
meant to be self-supporting as well. In other words, without having to open up the entire facility, this was designed for large groups that really can use this room but not have to use the rest of the facility. It'll have its own bathroom. It'll have some, I wouldn't say cooking facilities, but some warming facilities, a sink, that type of thing. So it really adds a lot of flexibility, I think, to the use of the space. I'm not sure what the kinds of functions you have in mind, but I think the first one's a party, of course. But so that's what I think really was probably missing in this facility, was the ability to actually have multi-functions going on, but radically different multi-functions. So I think we're really pleased about that.
To accommodate the community's needs, we've had some activity where we have a smaller group using the whole atrium, and that's not the best use of that space. If we move them into a room that can be, as Paul said, self-contained, they could stay here all day. And they could be in the space, and if it's a workshop or a retreat or a special class, they can come and go out onto the patio for fresh air. But as you said, there's a bathroom, a small kitchen facility. So that would be sort of our daily operation, some of our classes moving into here. And in the special event area, where if somebody's having a wedding, this could be the bar area for the wedding rather than having it out in the main space. If it's a fundraiser for another organization, same thing, they could stage perhaps a silent auction in the space. So it's multifunctional, multi-purpose, and most importantly, it's going to meet the needs of the community that we've really identified over the past several years. So we're excited to put it to use as best we can.
We have a wonderful community here of generous people, and we call this the community room, and we hope that all of our funding might come from the community. Any amount is very gratefully accepted. We're pleased with all gifts in any dollar amount. I think that we are very fortunate also to have people who have contacts with various grants, and we're hoping to receive grants, and we've already received at least 2 grants. We have also a connection with the Zaharitas Foundation, and we have also applied for a grant from them. And we think that with this kind of combination within the community and without, we will be fine. Thank you very much.